Ladies and gentlemen, we've got another production here of YTV, and with us here today, it's none other but the towering, handsome looking, Togolese defender going by the name of Kennedy Coffee Boateng. Kennedy, welcome to YTV.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Kennedy, you seem very nice and relaxed and whatever. Obviously, you're one of the stalwarts, the veterans of the team, and what's the feeling like, coming into this decisive visit to Southern Africa, where you guys are staying in South Africa, gonna play against Lesotho, a Southern African team, as well as Eswatini, in a space of 4 days. Tell us about the feeling.
For me, it's a privilege to be in South Africa because I think this is my second time being here and I really love the country. And, the most important thing why we are here is the game against, Lesotho and Eswatini. So for us, we just want to win these games, and it's very important for us and it's very important for the country. So I think for us, we are very focused and we are very happy to be here in South Africa.
Yeah, people will want to know, Kennedy, the love for football. Where did it emancipate from? I mean, you were born in Ghana, having to now change your nationality to Togolese and whatever, and you are a well-traveled man. Where did it all start?
It started in Ghana, where I was born, and that's where my father is from, and my mom is from Togo. So, I really started at a young age in Ghana, I think around of 9 years, and I started playing in an academy in Ghana called Wafa. So I was very young, I really wanted to play football, and I think my dreams are coming true, and I'm doing what I like best in my life, and I think it's going well for me.
Who are the players that you look up to? Let's start first with your national team, and then a player in Africa and a player in Europe that inspires you.
Well, I can say for the player that really inspires me in the Togo national team, everybody knows him, he's a legend in Adebayo. And for me, I don't see any defender that I can say I'm looking up to. I just look up to myself because I have confidence in myself and I know I have a lot of qualities that a lot of central defender doesn't have. So for me, I look up to myself, and the legendary player that I really look up to is Adebayo in Togo, and everybody loves him. So yeah.
And where would you like to see your football go, in the next 2-3 years? Because, you in what you call the mining age of football, because, footballers, in particular defenders, normally don't play past the age of 40. And you technically sitting with like 4 more years of football. What is it that you like to achieve in this period?
Well, I can say I'm still playing the highest football in Europe because I play in a club called Santa Clara in Portugal, and I think Portugal is also one of the highest league in the world, and I still want to see myself, playing more years, see myself, playing the biggest league in the world. So yeah, that is what it is.
And the support from family, tell us about it, because it's one of the key points of being a footballer. What type of support do you get from family?
For me, I'm always proud saying this because when I started playing at a young age, my father has really been a real motivating, a real man being behind me. He wanted to see me playing, being the highest level because he helped me in everything, and I always appreciate him for being by my side, because he really believes in the struggle, and he has really helped me a lot achieving my career to this time. So I'm really proud of him,
Yes. And tell us about the weather situations, because weather here in Africa and weather in Europe plays a big difference, How do you really adapt and adjust to that?
For me, I think it's normal, because I've been really in Africa for long and I've also been in Europe. So, being in Africa for us is normal because this is where we are from. And, when you go to Europe, the weather is very different. So when we come back to Africa, it's like we are home, and it's normal for us, So we have to deal with it.
And tell me about the camaraderie in the team since your arrival here in South Africa, and what are some of the key things that you're working on to make sure that you deliver the desired results?
For us now, we have nothing to lose. The most important thing is to play hard, give 100% on the training field, make sure we help each other on the field. We have to make sure we get the 3 points, and that is what we want now. We are very motivated. We are like family, and I can see in the camp everyone is happy. Everyone is helping each other on the training field. So the most important thing is now is to give 100% on the field and make sure we make the 3 points and make our country proud.
The training regime, I mean, you guys are playing in one of the best facilities in South Africa, that is the Discovery Soccer Park and whatever. How are you finding the facilities?
Well, I think everybody loves the pitch. The facilities here in South Africa is very good. It's like Europe, and I think no one is complaining. I think we are happy with it. So yeah, everything is okay. Everything is fine.
And what has been those key words, from the coach, in terms of the prep and whatever? What is it that you'd really like to see you guys deliver on?
Well, for me, I think he really wants everyone to give 100% because he has given us his tactics, and we just have to focus on what he wants us to do. And I think if we do what he wants, I think we are going to achieve the 3 points that we need, on Sunday.
Yeah. West African football, it's based around, hard running soccer, tight marking and stuff like that, Where would you say that this is the divide between West African football and Southern African football from your perspective?
Well, I think now everybody understands the football tactics. For me, I think it's not about running and playing in hard. I think it's all about tactics and being focused on what the coach wants. And yeah, that is what we have to keep our heads on and make sure we are focused on the tactics very well, because I think running also is important in the game. But for me, what I really think is important now is obeying the coach's tactics, and when we obey, I think it's going to help us a lot.
Yeah, games in the AFCON qualifiers have come in very tight, We haven't really seen in the shortest of periods, games where teams score 3 goals or more. What would you attribute this to, as a defender?
Well, I think it's very difficult, playing this African tournament. Everyone is a lot of players in Africa are playing the highest level, and when we come together as an African people like this, playing against each other is very difficult. So it's normal when you don't see playing against each other and scoring 3 or 4 goals. It's normal like this. So.
And the conditions, obviously, you guys are staying in one of the best hotels in the world, in the Hilton. And are you finding that, there's a lot of me time and soccer time, in between the preparations? Because this has been something that has come hard on Africans whenever they're playing out, especially the away games, that players have been said not to be sleeping a lot, recuperating. Are you guys finding such?
No, for us, we are very relaxed. We are having enough time to relax, and I think that's the most important thing. We have to regain our energy, and yeah, I think the most important thing is to have a good place like this and then have a good relaxation, so that when the time comes when we are playing, we can feel good in our body and make sure we play 100%.
People will want to find out, Coffee, what else do you do other than football? How do you relax, spend your spare time?
Well, for me, I really spend my spare time. I have a lot of friends, and back in Ghana, and for me, we just hang around. Have our special time, like playing football in the house. Having fun, and yeah, mostly watch movies. And for me, I'm always with my friends, so that is what I do in my meantime.
Yeah. If you watch the recent Champions League final between Man City and Inter Milan, you could see the difference in tactics into how football is played in Italy and how football is played in Man City. I mean, Man City is touted as the best team in the world, but Inter had their number. How did you find that match?
Well, to be honest, on that game, I really wanted Inter Milan to win, but this is the world of football, and these are 2 top clubs, and they know what they are doing and they know what they want. So for me, I wasn't surprised when Man City won the game, because everyone knows they are one of the best teams and they have one of the best managers. So for me, when they won the match, it wasn't so surprised to me, because I know what they are capable of, and yeah, that is what it is.
What is your message to all the Togolese fans, around the globe coming into these 2 decisive games?
Well, what I can say is that they should just keep on supporting us, because this is the world of football, and we can have a bad time in the game, we can have a good time in the game, but they just keep believing in us, because without them, I don't think we can make it. So they should just believe in us and keep supporting us, and we are going to make them proud.
Tell us about the philosophy, that one motto that drives Kennedy to get out of bed. What drives you, the things that you believe in life, that you say, if I say these words, I'm living to a particular motto in life.
Well, for me especially, some people depend on money and some people depend on houses, but for me, I depend on life, because for you, getting life is the most important thing in the world, and I always say I'm always grateful for life, and that is what motivates me every time when I wake up from bed.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure having you on this platform, and we wish you all the best in this upcoming friendly against Lesotho and the 4 to 5 hour travel to Mbombela. I mean, you're going to exhibit, be able to experience, the Kruger National Park and the best surroundings in Africa. It's been a pleasure having you on this platform.
Thank you very much for having me.